Okay, so hello guys, my name is Shrek, known for y'all as a Crypto Shrek. My real name is Jacob, I'm 21 years old, and in cryptocurrencies, I'm into for about 4 years. On my channel, I've recorded around 100 reviews with many projects, so I think I know something about the crypto world. I'm glad to see you guys in here, and I hope it will be a good time for y'all. And I'm here with the Aaron, the CEO of the Bomb.money.
Thanks for the intro, and really happy to be here and discuss the project with you and answer any questions that you might have. Guess let's get right into it.
Okay, so at the beginning, let's start simple. How Bomb.money was invented, and what's the story behind it?
All right, so the vision for Bomb has evolved a little bit since it was first invented. The main reason that I forked Tomb is just that I really fell in love with the Tomb project, and once I had some money in Tomb, I had a lot of different crypto projects I was in that I liked, but Tomb just seemed to be a step above all the rest, and I just started putting more and more of my funds in there, and then I just thought one day, like, well, why does this only exist on Phantom? Why has nobody forked this yet? And I said, you know what? I'm going to fork this and make a couple changes that I think would be more appealing to the masses, such as the BTC peg and a couple other things. And, it's so really with just my love for Tomb and, wanting to offer that same great investment experience to users on a bigger network with a peg that, I felt that many people would probably prefer. And that's really the story behind how it was invented and, how I kind of fell in love with the idea.
Okay, thanks. That's reasonable. Like, I'm glad that you're also the investor and you also have some experience in investing in cryptocurrencies, and your project looks great.
Thank you.
But why do you think that Bomb.money is unique by itself, and what makes it different to the other project in cryptocurrency world?
Well, just to kind of go back to what I said in the last question, I feel like Tomb was on a whole nother level from all the other places that I could park my money and, earn passive income. So I think the whole Tomb thing is, unique in that I felt it was like the best investment that I could find at the time. So I think, taking that winning strategy and then applying our own unique aspects to it. We have a lot of different things that we can do because of the BTC peg. And, we were the first ones to fork Tomb, and now there's probably well over 100 plus. So, basically Bomb.money started the whole Tomb fork season of 2022. So, but, we're really going to be a lot more than just a Tomb fork, like all these other projects where we're basically, bringing DeFi to Bitcoin, and we're really trying to move towards targeting like first-time crypto users, newer crypto users, or maybe crypto users that, have dabbled in crypto, but they haven't really dabbled in DeFi too much. And, it can be a little bit intimidating at first, especially, like Tomb, the website as it stands, for Tomb themselves, or even our current website right now, you really have to be familiar with Tomb and Tomb forks to really get what's going on. So we've got a great plan in place that we're going to be executing on immediately. That's going to make this the most accessible DeFi app to all users, new users, intermediate users, advanced users. We're really trying to be able to target, pretty much anybody that's in the space. And, and everybody knows what Bitcoin is. And, we're going to be unique just because we're just going to keep building. We're going to keep building on this. And, the core engine, I guess you could say, the printer that actually creates Bomb, well, all the other projects that's their centerpiece. That's for us, that's just going to be like the engine of our ecosystem. That's just the beginning. Our plans go so much further beyond that, that's what's really going to separate us apart from, all the other forks and make us unique, really.
Okay, that's great that you're doing something different. Like there's a lot of projects that they are the same, like some hyper deflationary projects, some meme coins, some new NFTs that will make you rich and rich. You know what's going on, and you're doing something different. And I really like this, and I really appreciate that. So you're taking a step for a good way for crypto. And you was talking before about the uh, bump money pact to BTC. Can you tell me something more about this and something more
Sure.
about being like packed to BTC? Because I think it's really important.
Before I get to that, there's one more thing I wanted to mention. Um, Another reason why like I feel that we're in a unique place is that I feel like we took a lot of the risk away by taking a tried and tested formula with Tomb and forking that and not changing things that were known to work, but changing things that we thought that we could improve for the better, such as the BTC peg, which I'll get into in a second. But so I think that takes a lot of the risk away, that you have a working formula, you put it on a bigger network, you put it on, you peg it to something that everybody that knows anything about crypto, Bitcoin's the first thing that they learn about. So it's it's the biggest cryptocurrency, the most common cryptocurrency. And I guess that kind of ties in with why it's important that we're pegged to BTC. We're at the end of the day, like in terms of investments, we're looking to provide a very safe investment for our users, and one that can earn them DeFi like yields, which some refer to that as degen yields. So we're trying to offer that degen type yield, but with the safety of a really solid BTC pair. So it's, I've said this before, but like I really feel this is the best investment like out there, right? Like it's crazy yields on BTC. It's pretty unheard of in the space. And we're using an engine like we forked Tomb that's known to work, that's proven to work, right? So it's like if we take that, improve a couple things, and keep building on it, have a constant release cycle, it's really a winning formula.
Okay,
But one more thing about the BTC though.
sure.
So we've just actually, we haven't really officially announced it, but our BTC single stake from BTC mainnet is actually production ready now. So that's one of the major things that we were able to do by pegging to BTC. So now anybody that has BTC on a BTC wallet can now participate in our protocol through our new BTC mainnet staking feature that we just got production ready in the last 24 hours. So that's something that a lot of people have been really excited about, and I'm really excited to see where that goes, and also really excited to keep moving forward and building more.
Okay, and it also makes the platform simpler for everyone. So that's cool. That's really,
Yep.
really cool. And I think that Bump Money is a pretty hard project to just organize and etc. So here's my question: how many people are working on your team with the Bump Money?
So I think on payroll we have probably somewhere around 15. So we have 15 people that are collecting a regular paycheck from us. We have a lot of volunteers as well that are, assisting and not on payroll. And then we also have good relationships with really high quality developers that, they're also, I don't know if I would like, they're a part of the team, but, we have our own special arrangements with them. But yeah, I mean, I had mentioned like, shortly after we launched that we're going to be looking to expand the team and, spend money to be able to grow and build more value. And that's what we've been doing. And we're going to continue to do it.
Okay, I think that expanding a team is a pretty important point because every team member is learning from each other and gaining knowledge by this, and it only makes the project grow higher and higher and be better and better. So I think it's really, really good for the project. And I think that's the time. Walk me through some of the strategies. What's a good strategy for a beginner versus someone more advanced?
So in my personal opinion, I feel that our Bomb BTCB pair is just the best investment in the world. And like I'm being honest when I say that. You know, Bitcoin has shown, if you look at the long-term charts, what it does over time. If you couple that and its safety compared to other cryptos, and you add on DeFi or degen type yields on top of that, it's really a hard investment to beat, right? So it's like, I think that that's, with what we're releasing in the future, like we're going to put almost all of our focus on Bomb BTCB, because that's where people should park their money. It's only once someone gets really familiar with the protocol that they should maybe venture into some of the other aspects of it, like, the share tokens, B shares, the boardroom. It's something where with our website in the current state that it's in, it's very confusing, and new users are, they're asking questions about, B shares, and they're sometimes making the wrong investment decision just because it's not obvious. But that's like our main priority is to address that right away, is just to, direct users towards an investment that's safe for them, because we, don't want anybody to be losing money with us. It's something that's greatly beneficial, right? And I said it before that, this is probably one of the best investments in a bear market. And, Bitcoin tumbled like 15-20% after that. And, anybody that was in our Bomb BTCB auto compounders, they probably stayed fairly even throughout that downturn. And now they're just in that, that much better of a shape for, that recent uptrend that we've had. So, someone that's more advanced, I'd say first, like, get a great understanding of the protocol, so you know what you're getting yourself into. But someone more advanced can definitely dabble with some B shares, which you can put in the boardroom to, print yourself some Bomb. What I mean by that is, the Bomb that we generate when we're in inflationary periods, they go to the B share stakers. So, I mean, there's really a lot of strategies that you can use with our protocol, but I really feel that we need the vast majority to be going into the Bomb BTCB. And that's, people can have a great experience with that, make money. And, if they want to venture further, we'll have the resources available to, explain all. Well, we already just recently revamped our docs. So, I mean, the information's there if people want to read it, but, I feel that a lot of users, they look at the website and they just jump in and, so we're going to really gear things towards what we feel is best for our users. And at the same time, that's also really healthy for the protocol to get a lot of users in the Bomb BTCB. So it's really a win-win for everybody once we, get in that direction, and we're executing on that right away. So I hope that answered your question. If there's anything that I might have missed there, feel free to ask.
I think that's good. And also, I'm really impressed about your brave statement that this is the best investment in the world. That's really brave statement. But
I strongly feel that way.
Yeah. And I'm really impressed that you're talking like with this encourage about the project, and it just shows that it will be something in the future, and also now for the newcomers to the cryptocurrency world, and also for the people that are advanced. And after this, Emma, I think I will jump into your website and learn more and invest. That's cool. That's really cool. And I'm really impressed about how are you talking about this project. But for the next question, when I was before the interview at your website, I saw that you just released your first governance vote. Major congrats. And can you share what went into that and what governance is becoming important to you?
Yeah. So, I mean, right, ever since like the day that the project was launched, I've always greatly cared about what the community wanted. And I know that, every project should really care about what the community wants and do what the vast majority of the community wants you to do in terms of direction. But I knew that with the seniorage algo coins, it was, because it's the whole way that the system's designed, it succeeds when the community is all acting as a team, as a unit, when they understand what's good for the protocol, when's the right time to be buying, selling, executing different aspects of the strategies. And, so having a strong community that believes in the protocol, that, we give that transparency. Like, I've been doxxed right from day one. So I feel that, community feedback is key. So it's just a matter of time before we really got into the governance votes. And, we started off with one that, turned out to be a landslide, yes, but we have many more governance votes planned. There's one that I want to launch today, actually, about introducing a third incentivized farm. Something that I think is going to go over well with our ex-bomb holders who will be voting on that. That's basically what it's going to do. Is right now we have a bomb BTCB incentivized farm, and we also have a B share BNB. B share is our share token. So I thought, what, maybe we should introduce a third, which would be our two assets, so bomb and B share. And that's, I've gotten a lot of feedback that, people that want to be in a B share type farm, they'd rather have the other asset be, either bomb or Bitcoin. Well, it makes more sense for us for it to be bomb. So users are showing that that's something that they want to, be in that pool. So if we incentivize it, it definitely gives them all the more reason to get into that. So I just felt that it was a great thing that the community would want to see. And, we're going to keep putting out governance votes. Any major decision, like every decision going forward, we're going to be putting up the vote. And, it doesn't matter what I want. I care about what the community wants. And, and I'll obviously give my opinion and, why I feel something should be a certain way. But at the end of the day, if the majority of the community wants it a certain way, that's the way it's going to be.
I'm really glad that I hear that you are really hearing like the voice of the people that are really believing in your project and investing in your project and making money with your project. And that's great because their project, as I said, there's a lot of projects right now, and they don't even care about the people. They care only about making money. They care only about the sales of the tokens and some pretty bad actions. Also, when I was doing some research to this interview, I saw on your Twitter the other day about Bitcoin single staking. What's the timeline on that? And I imagine this future is more for an advanced bump users. Am I right?
All right. Well, so to start from the beginning, Bitcoin single staking. So that more specifically is for BTC mainnet users. So users that maybe they have some Bitcoin in a wallet, they're not comfortable bridging that Bitcoin over to, Binance Smart Chain or any of the other Ethereum based networks. And, because there's a bit of a learning curve there. And, Bitcoin holders, they, maybe they've been accumulating for multiple years and they don't want to take any risks or making any mistakes. And, so if they have that Bitcoin on, any Bitcoin wallet on Bitcoin mainnet, we can now accept that Bitcoin and put it to work for them and give them, DeFi type returns and yields, and, without them ever having to venture into DeFi. So it is something that's, really opening up the doors to a whole nother market. So in terms of the timeline, we haven't officially announced it yet, but it is production ready. I did mention it on our Telegram and our Discord and my Twitter last night. So we've had quite a few people checking it out, and actually I could give you a little preview of it. Let's get my screen going. All right. So this is the Bitcoin staking homepage. This is the live APR. So essentially with the way that this works, we just, design this to be as simple to use as possible. Everything that we design moving forward is going to be, this easy to use or easier. It's, everything's geared towards, someone that's never used crypto can be able to jump in and take advantage of it. So this is the homepage. It gives you a bunch of information. It lets you initiate a staking position. I'll go over to my dashboard. Oh, I guess I got to log in here.
Maybe after that, can you just show us the new website, which is updated and etc. It's really good looking, and I think that people may really
like our actual like protocol website.
Yeah, but okay. Just after that.
Okay. Yeah. So so this is our BTC single stake dashboard. So this is a centralized solution. This is not like a fully decentralized solution like our core protocol. We kind of had to start it off that way just because the development required to make it fully decentralized was a little bit too much for us in our early days, but we will, plan to move towards that sometime in the future. But yeah, this is really straightforward. You simply stake BTC. You don't get quite as high of APR as you get on our, on BSC, but it's the ease of use and everything about it's great. And we've had great demand for this. And, I'm sure that this will see a ton of action once we actually put it out there to the masses for them to see and take advantage of. So this is really exciting stuff that a lot of people have been waiting for. So hopefully we can get some people on here and test it out. Let me know what you think, if how easy it is, and if you have any issues, let me know so we can get it fixed right away. But everything's 100% secure and production ready. So if there are any issues, it would just be some, maybe I don't know, some minor cosmetic, or there really should be nothing wrong with it. We've done some really thorough testing, but security wise, it's definitely 100%. That was our core focus there. But let's pop over to our
Okay, so it's also for the newcomers, for the some new cryptocurrency investors, the Bomb BTC. That's cool. That's cool that everyone can look at your website, just invest some money and take some profit.
Yep, 100%. And that the URL for this, for anyone watching, is bomb.btc.com. Feel free to give it a shot and let us know what you think. So this is our core protocol. It hasn't been, we've given it some minor updates recently, nothing too major, but we have a lot in store for what direction we're going to take this, because this, if a new user visits this, they don't know what to do. It's just a lot of information. It doesn't really give you like a clear path of like, what's your first step, what's your second step, so this is not like, this is something for more advanced users, and the guys that are familiar with Tomb, they like this site, and so we'll always have a version of this site available, whether we call it classic, pro, advanced, something like that. But just recently I had a great idea of exactly how we're going to basically rework this to be extremely simple but very powerful, and get our users into what I feel, again, is the best investment in the world, which is the Bomb BTCB, with a bunch of extra twists and features on there that I'll reveal maybe on Friday on my Twitter space. But some really, really exciting plans for the direction of this. And it's going to really open up our target market to anyone that's interested in crypto. Forget about having to be like a Tomb veteran. Like, anyone that's interested in crypto would be someone that, our site's going to be simple enough that they're going to be able to get involved and start, getting involved in what I feel is the best investment in the world. Not much has changed here. Recently, this is our homepage. We released XBomb, about a month ago. We're going to completely revamp this, and we have a landing page coming up that's going to explain a lot of things. It's going to show the whole team and LinkedIn profiles and everything to give people that safety, or just to show them that we're a real company, we're real people, and we're not, we're fully transparent and have nothing to hide, and we're really just looking out for the best interest of our investors.
Yeah, Martin, this website is live. You can check this out through the link that it was appeared on the screen. Yeah, in here.
So bombbtc.com for the BTC single staking from BTC mainnet. That's live right now. And our core protocol is just Bomb.money.
Yeah, so you can jump in and feel free to just test that and invest. Okay. So as a last question, I guess from me, maybe I will get into some next questions after that. Any additional alpha you can release for those watching?
Okay, so I'll give a little taste of what I was holding back. So going back to Bomb BTC, so our BTC single stake from BTC mainnet, the way this is working for our first round is when somebody invests their BTC, what we're doing is we're putting them into the Bomb BTCB LP. So they're basically getting double stack yields, DeFi yields. So they're getting, the trading fees off of this pair, as well as the the rewards because it's an incentivized pool. So basically they're getting a lot of returns, but it's not a true single-sided like one asset stake, because you are getting, an LP token that's half Bitcoin, half Bomb. So there is a small chance of impermanent loss there, although it's greatly reduced on this type of pair. But I've just really recently figured out a way that we can offer for our second round of BTC mainnet staking, a way that we can offer true BTC single asset staking that won't put you into a pair. So I know that like a lot of BTC maxis, they probably don't want to enter an LP. And just for simplicity, we actually like what this is labeled as. This is a yield bomb BTC. So that's just our nice way of calling, the bomb BTCB LP, what you see right here. So for our next round, we'll be able to offer straight Bitcoin single asset staking. And as well, we'll also offer the higher yield on the YB BTC that we're currently offering. And that's one of the side benefits of, the big plans that I have coming up very soon. That should be pretty exciting for any BTC maxis out there that want to, earn more than, whatever they're able to get. It's really a win-win for the, win for the protocol, win for anybody that wants to stake their BTC. And it's going to be a huge win once I release some of the other aspects of that new feature.
Okay.
Actually, I see we got a question from YouTube. This BTC single stake benefit Bomb.
I was about to ask it.
So yeah, BTC single stake greatly benefits Bomb. It puts a lot of buy pressure on Bomb. So when people want to enter their position, we've got to put them into the LP. So they need half Bomb, half BTCB. So it's going to put a ton of buy pressure on Bomb. It's going to bring us a ton of additional funds into that, core farm and pool that we really want to get as much action on as possible. So just that inflow and, all that focus on Bomb BTCB is going to provide tremendous stability to the protocol. And, it's going to, I feel it's going to create a floor for PEG essentially, right? Like it's going to, so I've discussed this in the past, like exactly like how this is going to work and how we're going to allocate, Bomb and to these BTC mainnet stakers. And basically what we're going to be doing at first is we're going to be any BTC mainnet staker that stakes BTC, we're going to be buying their Bomb on the open market up until a 1.05 peg. Once we're at a 1.05 peg, the protocol itself has a lot of Bomb that it could benefit by, swapping that out for Bitcoin. So, future Bitcoin mainnet stakers, if we're already at 1.05 peg or higher, we'll do over-the-counter trades or like private placements of Bomb to those users for them to enter their position. And there's a couple of reasons for that. Safety of our users' funds is always number one. So I don't feel it's fair to a BTC mainnet staker for them to be the sole reason that we drive peg very high, because that means that they're entering their LP position at an unfavorable price. So if we drop back closer to peg, which the system's designed to do, they would suffer a little bit of impermanent loss. And even like our yield is high enough that it would make up for that, but I don't want them to even have to suffer that little bit of loss, even if it's going to be made up, right? So it's the only way that a BTC mainnet staker is going to be getting in over like 1.05 peg is if, there's really no other choice. Like, so like the markets themselves have brought our peg higher than that, right? So it's BTC mainnet stakers are not going to be the sole reason that we ever push to like a super high peg, because it wouldn't be fair for them to enter the position at that peg, in my opinion.
Okay. Right? And also the question again from the chat from Xavier, is there a fiat on ramp for the new site?
Yep. So we're going to have fiat on ramps on all of our sites. This is just the first one that we've completely redone or completely built from scratch. So expect fiat on ramps everywhere. Right now we're using Transact. They're not the cheapest. It's not horrible, but we'll partner up with some more competitively priced on ramp partners, such as MoonPay. Although I don't even know if MoonPay is that much better, maybe 1 or 2% better on the fees. But yeah, we're going to have fiat on-ramps everywhere. So yeah, we definitely have that here, and they will be found everywhere. Okay, so we got a question about why do I need an email address to sign up? So it's very important to distinguish that this is a centralized solution. There's no DeFi wallet involved with this. It's important that, you know, for our users, when you stake funds, you know, you have to have access to your account. We have to make sure that only you can access your account. And, you know, that's why we're requiring an email address, right? So if you're looking for something DeFi that's decentralized and completely anonymous, we have all of that available at Bomb.money. So there really wasn't much of a choice there for that. So
yeah, and I guess it's also about the security, yeah.
100%. Like you saw when I logged in, I had to put in my, you know, one-time password that got sent to my cell phone. It's, you know, and that's why development took as long as it did on this, because, you know, a lot of that security is, you know, all built into DeFi. But when you build a centralized solution, you have to, you know, you have to make sure that everything's covered yourself.
Yeah, it's about the security. It's about care of you all guys, so you don't need to worry about your fans.
Oh, we got another question here I just wanted to address. Why not save the email sign up for folks who need to do fiat on-ramping? Just a thought, but I hear you. See, that doesn't really address it though. Like the thing is, like, we need a secure way for user A to be able to log into their account, right? So it's like the fiat on-ramp is just something that you can do once you're logged in, but we still need a way to associate a user with the account. There's no MetaMask involved here, right? This is for people that don't want to venture into DeFi. They don't feel comfortable venturing into DeFi. We're giving them the best of all worlds of a simple sign-up process that they're familiar with and DeFi type yields. Emails can be compromised, but that's why we have extra authentication, right? Like when I went to log into this, I got a code sent to my cell phone. Has the new BTC staking mechanics been explained? Essentially, what we're doing here is we're giving BTC mainnet users a way to essentially enter our Bomb BTCB auto vault. So this is, as I've said before, it's, you know, what I feel is a really solid investment, or one of the best investments in the world, if not the best. You know, Bitcoin is, everybody knows about it. It's, you know, in bear markets, it drops the least out of all the cryptos. You know, with all the inflation going on, soon when people start getting scared in the markets and, you know, stabling out, as they call it, you know, I feel like more and more people are going to stable into Bitcoin, and, you know, this is really the perfect place to be. So for right now, until we have like a true single asset stake, which is going to pay a much lower APR when we do release that, but until we have that, this is what the BTC mainnet staking is going to be allocated into. In terms of mechanics, not sure what else you'd want to know about it. Well, so the way that we have our first round working is, so there's no lock in terms of, like, you could withdraw your money whenever you want, like even right after you deposit it. But in order to be able to receive all of the rewards that you earn, you do need to leave it there for 6 months. If you withdraw it earlier than 6 months, you'll receive a portion of the rewards earned. You know, the closer you are to 6 months, it's linear. You know, if it's a day before 6 months, you'll get like the vast majority of it, almost all of it. If you withdraw after a week or two, you know, for one, you wouldn't have built up that many rewards, but you're only going to get a fraction of those rewards that you built up. So, you know, it's really, it's for the safety of the protocol as well. Just, you know, so we're incentivizing users to hold longer, as well. Once the 6 month period is up, what we're going to do is we're going to roll those rewards into the initial stake position so that you start earning on the entire thing. So that's when the first compound would happen. And from there, it's going to auto compound for you automatically once a month. But at that point, there's not going to be any more penalties to withdraw. So you can withdraw at any point and get your full amount of rewards. And compared to other Bitcoin staking solutions out there, I don't know too many that are better than that, or that have anywhere near as high of an APR. So I think it's going to be quite attractive for our users. If there's any other questions about the mechanics of this, I'd be happy to answer them. I'm not sure if I covered it all.
I think that at the meanwhile, I can answer to the CC question. Will the Russian and Ukrainian situation hurt the stability of the Bitcoin because most of it is mined there? I think that it won't matter as much as people think. Of course, it will make some impact, but it will not be as much as people think. Like, I don't think that investors should worry about this that much. We have a good question about the detailed roadmap and your goals.
Well, detailed roadmap is to, take, again, the start from the beginning is, take something that's tried and tested, which was Tomb Finance. We've taken that, deployed it on the bigger network. And now, Tomb is still not very easy to use. We aim to make it so easy to use that anybody can use it. That's our huge priority right now. It's going to open up the doors to, exponentially more users. And that just can open up the floodgates. It's difficult a bit right now when you require someone that's experienced in Tomb to take advantage of the protocol when, a lot of these people are APR chasers and there's new forks popping up all the time. It's a bit of a difficult market to compete in, but that's a very small market compared to everyone that wants to get involved in crypto. So that's what we really want to target. And that's what we are going to target. And we have an excellent way that we're going to implement that. And I can't wait to talk more about that. I'll probably touch base on that Friday on the Twitter space. So beyond that, I mean, really, like we're building a whole ecosystem. Like the Bomb.money, the core Bomb.money is just going to be one aspect of this entire ecosystem that we're building, because that's how this is going to be a project that goes on for years and years to come, and very profitable for anybody that's involved in it. And no matter when they decide to jump on board, it's, we're going to do everything in our power to make it a great experience. And I guess longer term, like, Bomb chain, having our own EVM compatible blockchain with a Bitcoin based currency as the native token. It's got a lot of people really excited, and I'm really excited about it as well. So that's our longer term plan, but we'll be doing a lot of stuff in the meantime before then. I'd say Bomb chain, we'll probably start planning that out in a couple months, and we'll probably aim to have it released for like Q4 this year, Q1 next year, somewhere around there. And then sky's the limit from there. But
okay, that's good that you're like focusing on one goal, not like 100 goals in 1 year, because you will do it properly. Like, you won't mess this up. Like, for example, like roadmap with 20 goals, like 20 really ambitious goals in 1 year, and you're not doing like half of it or a quarter, for example, or even more,
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that, and I think that's a good answer.
Yeah, and in that way we can constantly figure out what's the most important thing to develop first, right? And like at this stage, like I know BTC single stake on BTC mainnet was something that I had mentioned a couple months ago, and development did take much longer than I had planned. So I do apologize for that. Really happy that it's ready now, and I can't wait to see people get involved in it and get some feedback on that. But yeah, like I strongly feel that our next step is just to change up our web interfaces and make it just so that anybody can get involved, and much more to come on that soon, because I know I've talked about that in the past vaguely, but now I have it planned out to the T exactly how that's going to work, and I'm really excited about it. Like, I honestly feel like the sky's the limit. I know I mentioned 5 billion TVL in the past in previous videos I've done, and I actually feel stronger about that now than I ever have in the past. So I'm really excited. Oh, we got a question. Are there any plans to audit the BTC single stake code? Haven't put much thought into it. I think, if that's something, yeah, we probably should. I'll definitely look into that. It's important that it's ultra secure. So to have a company that specializes in security look over the code and ensure it's bulletproof is, if that's going to give our users more confidence and give us, our team members, more confidence, and me more confidence, and I think that's a great idea. Is there going to be a function where you can sell BTC for Bomb, i.e. you have an account with BTC wallet and BNB wallet. So yeah, ever since the beginning, I've kind of had the idea that, well, the very first idea was, once somebody has a position, like kind of like this position that I have here, that you'd be able to either withdraw this in BTC or withdraw this to a wallet on BSC to, begin to continue to manage your position natively on BSC. So that's definitely something that I've thought of, and that's kind of been the plan right since day one. So if that's something that our users want to see, we'll definitely build that out. And even to take that one step further, I know that for some users, depending on what kind of accounts they have with some of the different exchanges, and sometimes it's difficult to get BTC from BTC mainnet into BTCB, again depending on what kind of accounts you have with different crypto exchanges. And so that's something that we could do here as well. If somebody wants to deposit BTC and have us send them BTCB, and if this is going to be the easiest way for them to do that, and we could charge like a little tiny fee just to cover our costs, and that's something that I wouldn't mind introducing as well. I mean, and that even coupled with the fiat on ramp would be a nice combo. Any plans for a BNB dashboard? What does that mean, sir? I'm not quite following the question.
I think he might ask for the like you have BTC dashboard and the same with the BNB. I guess.
Oh, okay. Oh, so kind of like our core protocol having like a dashboard like this. Yeah, I mean, like that's definitely something that's part of the design plans for our improved site. So if that's what you meant, then yeah, that's definitely have plans for that, and it will be in the first version of our new site coming soon. Yeah, so something like the BTC dashboard, yeah, we'll definitely have something. It won't look exactly like this, but it'll offer something similar. We got something here. I don't use Ledger USP. Is there any other method you recommend as protection? What are you protecting against? Like if you're talking about just, a secure way to store your crypto. If that's the case, I mean, hardware wallets are generally best. I don't feel VPNs or proxies really help much in terms of crypto, because generally if you're getting hacked, it's something that somebody tricked you, or they have a backdoor access to your computer, or, something along those lines. And a lot of it's not everything that you do on the internet is already encrypted. So adding an extra level of encryption on top of already secure encryption doesn't really do too much for you, except for hide what you're doing from your internet service provider. But they're not, so it's the best advice I have is just to be smart about things. Don't give anyone your seed phrase, and, be careful what websites, what URLs you're at when you're submitting transactions, and just to be really careful about what you do. Yeah. So you said against hacks. That's a little bit vague for me to answer that, but like I use hardware wallets, I use hot wallets, I use it all. Generally like DeFi hacks where people lose money is generally from them making a mistake. So oftentimes hardware wallet or hot wallet, the same end result would happen. Not always, depends on how exactly they went about executing their hack. But yeah, I'd say generally the best advice is just to be smart about what you're doing and double check things, and just be smart about it. Use common sense. Let me touch base. We do have a governance vote that we'll be proposing today. We've been getting feedback from the community in regards to the governance vote. So it's going to be about proposing a third incentivized pool. So we have Bomb BTCB right now. We have B share BNB. So what I'd like to propose is that we have a Bomb B share, which is going to be advantageous for a lot of our users that want to farm B share, but they don't want to farm B share with BNB. They want to farm B share with, either a Bitcoin or a Bitcoin pegged asset. So Bomb. It's also going to be another great place for users that are that have B shares in the boardroom. When they get Bomb as a reward, and they want to put that to work, that's going to be a great place to put it to work and still be able to have that LP increase in value as the B share appreciates in value. So there's a lot of advantages there, and I'm really excited to propose that, and we'll see what the community has to say, and I think it's going to go over well. But at the end of the day, we'll do whatever the community wants to do there. And don't forget about our Twitter space coming up Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern time. I'll probably talk quite a bit about some of these plans that I'm keeping secret right now that are going to allow us world domination. So don't miss Twitter space Friday, 1 p.m.
Okay, so I guess it's everything. If you want to say something also, Aaron, then feel free to do it now.
It was a pleasure, doing this AMA with you. I had a lot of fun, and I think we got a lot of great information out there. So thanks for taking the time to join me today, and hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.
Yeah, I enjoyed it really, really much, and I'm really grateful for all the time that you spent with us, with me, with the chat, and with all the Bomb.money investors, future and actual. And I'm really grateful for your questions and for that you've been there.
Well, very welcome, and maybe we could do it again sometime in the future.
I hope so. Thanks, and I think it's gonna be all. Again, thanks for the watching, thanks for being here with us, and have a great day.